All right. Well, you agree that Itachi's stronger than Kisame, right? According to your list and everything.
Oh god, I'm not taking that list into this.
Okay, well, do you agree?
So, I mean,
If
you're
not,
gonna have to prove that.
Okay, you want me to scale him to him?
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna say he's stronger.
All right, here you go. I know, I was just asking.
Just provide
to clarify.
evidence.
There's this. So you're aware, obviously this is like hyping up Jiraiya a lot or whatever, but you're aware that Kisame thought that he wouldn't be able to take on Jiraiya, but he knew for a fact that Itachi probably could. Even if it's not true, all the scan proves is that he has like he believes Itachi is stronger than him. That's all that matters. I don't really care about Jiraiya.
Wait, what statement? What statement?
Stronger? The
what
first
statement
one
shows
that he makes,
Kisame
even
think...
if he might be able to take him on, I'm not so sure about me. Jiraiya is
okay. I mean, yeah, that would just mean Itachi's some level stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, I can get to the rest of my scaling. I just wanted to save that just in case you already agreed with it. But okay, so this is Guy. This is Kisame being able to keep up with base Guy, and we know base Guy is actually fast enough to keep up with White Mask Obito, even in base later on.
Yeah. No. I'm going to debunk that. He gets much stronger as the war arc progresses. That's crazy.
Can you drop a scan? That would suggest that.
Yeah, Kakashi and Guy get much stronger as the war arc progresses.
Drop a scan that he's stronger in the scans that I posted.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Are you saying that he?
I'm just talking about Guy right now. Drop a scan that Guy.
Yeah, I'll show you Kakashi and Guy getting stronger. Sure.
I don't care about Kakashi, but if you want to.
Well, no, that would show consistently. If both two characters are both growing stronger. Yeah, if two characters do it at the same time.
If you can show both of them are growing stronger, that's okay.
Yes, that's called consistency. I got you.
Show that Guy is growing stronger. All right.
Yes, I know. I need to prove Guy, but Kakashi does it as well.
And even if you do, is there a way to quantify it? Like, you just be unquantifiably above anyways. Can't actually.
It would mean that the scaling isn't necessarily relevant.
No, if I show it, I could just argue there. I could say he's listen. Oh wait, hold on. Can I make my argument real quick?
Of course.
I could say he's 0.0001% stronger. Like if you have no actual quantification, it doesn't really matter. They can still be relative to what they were.
Okay, give me 1 second.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So here is where Haku blitzes Kakashi. Okay, just click on the video. I dropped the timestamp. I'm gonna start. Wait, let me drop it in.
Is it anime filler? Are we? Is this?
No, this happens in the manga. This happens in the manga. There's no difference. Where where Haku runs in front of Kakashi's lightning blade and blitzes him, and even with that, Chidori's a speed amp. That means that Kakashi isn't even as fast.
In the manga. I was just making sure what scene you were talking about. What about?
Yeah. So from here, that means Haku's actually a blitz factor faster than Kakashi, and that's with Chidori speed amp. So that means that Haku would invariably be faster than Kakashi.
His reaction speed is faster than Kakashi. Okay.
Yeah, much faster. Same thing. The Haku here is actually
it always was though, even when he was alive.
Yeah. Okay. We
always was. So that doesn't prove Kakashi got stronger at all. It was always higher.
So no, the scene we see here, we see later that Kakashi's actually keeping up with KCM 1 and 2 Naruto. So that
KCM 1 and 2. That was after he got amped. Like they literally grabbed his hand. The scans I posted were before he amped the entire alliance. Kakashi specifically himself got amped.
Yeah, 1 second.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So we agree Kakashi got faster, but
no.
Here.
After he got amped. Yeah. But that was later in the war arc. That's not in the scans I'm posting. I don't care about that.
Okay, no. So Haku here is actually only light speed. And I'll drop a scan to show that.
I know what scan you're referring to. It states that he can go through his mirrors at light speed, right? It's inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, there's more evidence.
We know that there's more evidence. It's
inconsistent.
We know that he's actually much faster than that, him being able to react to Kakashi, who is.
Wait. So why is Kakashi faster than light speed here? Why is Kakashi faster than light speed here?
Actually, you brought up light speed. Why was that even relevant?
Because you said that Kakashi's faster here. So
no,
you have to show that he's faster.
You said he was faster. I never said.
No, I did not. I never.
My argument doesn't rely on Kakashi being faster at all.
Okay, Haku is light speed.
I literally,
okay?
actually, I verbatim said they were the same. I said Haku's always been faster than Kakashi. I never said he was faster.
Okay, so Haku's light speed.
Haku's always been faster than Kakashi. It does not prove that Kakashi got faster.
This is my point. Yes. Haku is light speed here, okay? So that means that Kakashi would be slower than light speed, or relativistic.
He'd be slower than light speed?
Yes, if you agreed Haku is faster than Kakashi. You agreed Haku is faster than Kakashi. Haku is light speed. If Kakashi is slower than Haku, who equals light speed, he is slower than light speed.
All that means is that
so yes, we agree to that. We agree to that. Okay. Okay, so moving forward, Kakashi is slower than light speed.
Can you repeat your argument?
Here, I can write it down as well. Here, let me write it down as well. Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to just prove that Kakashi is FTL? Is that what you're asking? I'm just confused on the question. No, I didn't agree. I'm asking you to clarify.
No, you agree. Judges, did he agree that Kakashi is slower than Haku?
I thought you meant slower than FTL. Yeah, okay, I agree to that. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm asking you what you want me to do. Are you asking me to prove?
Wait, let me finish the syllogism before I start.
Well, why are you writing it for NBC?
You said I don't. You said I don't understand it, so I'm going to write it out.
I asked you to repeat it.
It's easier to read something than to hear it.
It's easier for you to read something than to listen to it?
Yes, if you can see it multiple times. Every time you don't hear me or mishear me, I have to re-explain myself.
That's because sometimes your mic cuts out for me.
Okay, so typing would fix that. Okay, here's my argument. Okay, from there, this means Kakashi is capped under light speed.
Well, then my argument from there would be that's a lowball statement because Kakashi's always been FTL. So that would just mean Haku was FTL back then. He's just lowballing himself.
Okay, so no, the data book statement, and let me grab it. Yeah, let me grab it. The data book statement.
I've seen the data book statement, but let me you understand that.
So you know the data book's real, right? So you know the data book's right. Okay.
Yes.
You know the data book statement is there.
I don't think you're understanding my argument. I'm not arguing that the data books. Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying that the data books are not official or anything. That's not my argument. You're trying to make arguments for me. What I'm saying is that feats are above statements. So if we see him moving at FTL speeds and Haku being faster than light in the manga, even if the data book says he's FTL, we know, his baseline light speed, we know that's not true because we've seen him do things that are faster than that.
Okay, so we agree that the
data book doesn't mean he's limited to light speed.
Sure. So we agree that the data book is saying that this is light speed. This is a light speed feat. There's also corroboration from the manga that says that he's using the mirror's reflection to teleport, which is indicative
of a light speed.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Well, this is said that I agreed on something, and I'm
okay. So you can refute it after. So that means this is indicative of light. I showed the scan. The jutsu uses the mirror's reflection, which the only thing that reflects in a mirror is light. So this also corroborates that Haku is moving at light speed.
Okay. Can I go with my argument?
Yeah, yes. When I finish talking, you can talk.
All right. No, I just wanted to make sure you were finished. But anyways, even if that could just be his baseline speed. It doesn't say that he's limited to being that speed. It says that's the speed he travels in his mirrors or whatever. But when he blitzes, I don't even believe he was in his mirrors when he blitzed to Kakashi or whatever. He wasn't even in his mirrors when he blitzed to Kakashi.
He was in his mirrors.
No, he wasn't. Because he was sitting there and Naruto was about to kill him.
Yes, he was.
And he was like, wait 1 minute.
All right, let me refute that.
Show me when he was in his mirrors. Let me refute that scan, please.
All right, let me refute that. Wait, let me drop it in scans. I keep myself. All right, I'm just gonna keep it all in general. All right, there we go. His mirror's there. He jumps out of his mirror. That is his top speed. That is the absolute fastest you can cap him. Is relativistic.
Can you show the scan before where Naruto is about to kill him? And he
do you not see the mirror next to him? Do you think a mirror just appeared out of nowhere? I'll even show it where it forms, right before that. There. Haku's ice mirror forms. It caps his speed.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So from
also,
there,
for a quick second, can you post the data book scan? Because I don't know what it specifically says. Okay. I know it says something about light speed, but I want to make sure the wording. I have the wording correct. You were right about the ice mirror thing. I didn't remember that. I don't think it's relevant anyways.
It is. It's as fast as technique.
I don't think it's as fast as it says that it's possible for him to even move at the it's possible for him to even move at the speed of light, but it doesn't say that's the fastest he can move. It's just saying he can go at those speeds if he chooses to.
Make a claim, you have to prove it. You can't just say this thing is
stated, I know. I'm asking
so
you to post the data book scan so we can go off of it from there.
I am. You're
obviously
contending with me while I'm doing it.
I'm not continuing. I'm just repeating. But go ahead.
All right. So this does also corroborate that it's light speed. All right. So that's Itachi's max speed. Kakashi's slower than that. It's relativistic. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. It's impossible.
Okay.
But this is the actual first data book scan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just going to corroborate that. Mm-hmm. This is the exact same scan.
No, it's different because this scan, the one my translation says it's for Haku, it's possible to move between the mirrors at the speed of light, which means nothing. It just means that he can move at the speed of light.
Okay.
And if I have feats that demonstrate he can move faster, then it doesn't matter.
Ooh. So just saying he could move faster is not proof for him moving faster. You have to show and corroborate
I'm asking
that.
I asked you earlier, is it okay for me to post the scaling? Working faster, but here.
Yeah, we asked for the scaling. Okay. Yeah. So from there, Kakashi's.
Well, hold on. Let me give the Kakashi FTL scaling really quick.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, by the way, now that I think about it, how is this Kakashi at all? Like this Kakashi stuff relevant to my initial scaling at all?
It's consistency to show that Kakashi gets much faster through this point in the series to when he fights later in War Arc. He gets faster and stronger. Faster and stronger. Faster and stronger.
Okay, if I granted this to you, how does that debunk my original claim? It had no. I literally never said anything about Kakashi.
Yeah, it shows consistency that these characters, both Kakashi and Guy, get stronger.
No, you'd have to post that Guy specifically getting faster, not just Kakashi.
Yeah,
actually, I think there's a statement from part 1 that
that's part of my argument. Yes.
Okay. So you have the scan of Guy getting faster?
Yes. Okay. 1 second. Wait, do you guys know what chapter that was? Is that okay to ask? Kakashi versus like Edo Haku versus Kakashi and Guy. Okay. Okay.
Which scene are you referring to? Because I might already know what you're talking about. Just save you some time.
Kakashi versus Guy. I mean Kakashi versus Haku and Zabuza.
Why does Kakashi matter at all?
I'm just getting this count. Give me 1 second.
Right. I also made this claim earlier, so I'm just gonna drop the scan. That it being stated that Guy is faster than Kakashi.
If you guys can drop it, yeah.
Yeah. Sasuke literally states that Guy is faster than Kakashi. And he's obviously seeing how fast Kakashi can move in the Haku stuff. So no, I don't.
What chapter do they clash with them? Where they first meet them? Where they first meet Kakashi and Guy? I'm trying to find it, but they.
It's like.
I'm looking through it. I don't see it. Oh shit!
Your entire argument is just Kakashi gets faster, so Guy's faster. Like it's not even sequitur.
No, that's not my entire argument. You're strawmanning me.
What is it?
I'm trying to present it. Just let me find my scan. I can't find this damn scan.
I'm just doing it. I'm gonna have to stop wasting people's times. If I know what you're talking about, you don't have to grab it.
All right, so Kakashi and Guy both clash with that. Yeah, they clash with Haku. Do you need a scan for that?
No, I don't. I know what you're talking about.
Do you remember that?
Is that what you were looking for this entire time? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you know that they clash with Haku, and it's actually very evenly matched. Okay. So here it's shown that they're capped at relativistic, which we agreed earlier that they're light speed.
You know what?
That I should.
You know what? I'll accept that. Let's say they're relativistic. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Here they are.
Guy would just be faster than Kakashi, but whatever. He'd just be higher into relativistic than Kakashi. Whatever. Sure.
Okay. So no.
How does this help you?
Yeah. Okay. If you're saying that he's still relativistic, yeah, that'd be fine.
He'd just be higher than baseline relativistic, but yeah, whatever.
I'll say that they're relativistic. I don't know about how high.
The reason I'm saying he'd be higher than baseline is because Kakashi's relativistic and Guy stated to be faster than them. Do you have a counter?
Where is he stated to be faster?
I just posted this game.
Okay. What part of this game?
Bottom left. Sasuke statement.
I can't read it a little bit.
No, not bottom left. Just read the scan. It's literally right there. Sasuke
Who is this guy? He claims better than Master Kakashi.
No. It's that he's so fast. His speed is much greater than Master Kakashi's. It's above that.
Let's see. This is in
part
that's all
one. I'm saying. All I'm arguing.
They changed.
Huh?
They changed speed and skill level throughout the series. There are times Kakashi's stronger than Guy, and there are times Guy.
Can you prove Kakashi caught up?
Yeah, that their speeds and their speeds and
they can be relative. And they can be relative, and Guy can still be a little bit higher.
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's all I'm arguing. So you accept that,
right? So now I'll show you where Kakashi actually he clashes with Kisame.
He what?
Okay. Clashes with Kisame.
Why is this relevant?
Guy couldn't even clash with a 30% clone of Kisame. Or he had trouble and actually had to power up with Asakujaku just to keep up with him. So yeah,
that boosts my Itachi scaling, right?
Just to say that Kakashi kept up with Kisame?
No, Guy kept up with Kisame. Well, they both did. So
he kept up with a clone, yeah. 30% clone, sure.
No, in the scans I posted, it wasn't a clone. Kisame reacted to Guy.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, throughout the series, we see that these characters shift their relative speeds. It just depends on the scenario and timing. Okay. I'll show you end of war arc.
I don't know if you heard what I said earlier, but what I said was that's fine. Let's lowball them. I think it's a lowball, but we'll just say that they're relativistic. I don't think that hurts my argument. That's fine. All I was saying is guys might just be a little might be faster than baseline, but it doesn't matter.
We can
let's say that.
Continue from there. So later we see, and let me drop the scan. We see that Guy. Give me one sec.
Wait, what?
Well, let me. I'm
grabbing. What are we disagreeing on right now? We just agreed that they're both sub-rel.
No, I'm showing a disparity. Give me a second.
Is this like helping you in some way?
Yes, I'm arguing
slower than that.
No, it doesn't help me.
I don't think that matters, and it's like wasting time.
No, it does matter. Give me one second. You may not understand it now, but just wait a moment.
Well, if we both agree on their speed. Then...
No, we agree on their speed at this point, not later. Give me one second. All right. So what are you trying to go from here? Like, what are you trying to say?
Well, is that it? I just.
Okay. So essentially, what? Yeah. Okay. So essentially, what I'm saying is later they end up doing feats with no training and no external factors, having amps or anything of the sort, but still get somehow faster and stronger.
Yeah, but it's all just unquantifiable. So
okay, so you agree that they got faster and stronger?
Unquantifiably, so that's fine. It could be 0.001%. It can still be relative to what they were. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, so all right, okay, you agree they got stronger and faster.
It just doesn't matter. You have to prove it'd be enough to affect a fight.
Okay,
0.001% stronger isn't going to do anything.
Where does your scaling go from here?
What? From here? Well,
yeah,
that's my speed scaling. You'd have to scale Sasori now, right? His speed.
Okay, I have a debunk to that, but so essentially, give me one second. Actually, I'm just gonna get scans. I do have a debunk to that. You're saying it's like some low percentage.
What's a low percentage?
You said it's 0.001%.
No, I said it could be. Like we don't know exactly how much stronger they got. It's just unquantifiable.
Okay. Well, you're claiming some arbitrarily low amount. So yeah, I would have
I'm
to
saying it could
that.
be anything. Like, why would we assume it's 10 times stronger? Like, obviously, I would assume the low number.
Yeah, so that's an arbitrarily low amount. I'm going to debunk that. Okay, so let me debunk that. Okay.
All right.
All right. Give me like 2 or 3 minutes. Here's the first point. I got one more thing to show you.
What am I supposed to look at in this video?
Here, I got one more scan I need to drop.
I hope you know to save time, you can tell me what you're talking about. Like, I spent a whole 10 minutes looking for the Haku thing that I remembered.
Okay, so here we see that Guy's actually keeping up, and he's doing damage to Obito, White Mask Obito. Okay. When earlier, this same Obito was actually able to keep up and outpace A during the 5 Kage Summit. So showing that this is the case, that would mean that Guy.
How did he outpace him? He didn't outpace him. All he did was react to a punch.
No, he punches him, kicks him, and then hits his fan.
I don't remember. No, I'm talking about the Raikage. Like,
no, I'm not.
Like blitz him or anything.
I'm not saying Raikage here. Guy is able to punch and kick Obito here when somehow just a moment ago you agree that he's relativistic. That would mean somehow between the time he fought a relativistic guy fighting Haku is somehow able to keep up with a character that is much faster in White Mask Obito. That means they had a power jump. And this is true for both Kakashi. He's faster than relativistic. And he's faster because he's faster than relativistic, yeah. Because he's able to he dodges A earlier.
He dodges A earlier?
Yes.
And the data books are stated A is stated to be relativistic in the data books.
No, A is light speed.
I'll post the scan for you.
Oh, you're talking about the data books? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's stated to be relativistic. I got you. Shot right now.
Cool.
Well, it says almost at the speed of light, which is the same thing as relativistic. But
yeah, so very close to light speed. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So Orange Mask Obito, who has much less feats, is still able to. Yeah, Orange Mask Obito, who has lesser feats,
let me finish finish my counter really quick. Here's the scan right here.
Talking.
Huh?
You weren't talking.
Because I was looking for the scan.
I can speak while you're looking for a scan. But okay.
Well, I don't want to get shotgunned, so I want to address one point at a time.
It's not. If I'm staying on the same point, it's a shotgun. But okay.
I know, but I don't want you to move on. But I posted the scan right there.
Okay.
It says almost, so he's relativistic.
Yeah, he's close. Yeah, he's relativistic close to light speed. Okay.
All right. So how does that help you now? They're all relativistic.
Okay, so no, Toby's actually faster than this, and we see that in Orange Mask mode, even with lesser feats, he still actually dodges A. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the scan for you.
How much faster does that make him? That doesn't make him an FTL because he just dodged a relativistic character. They can both just be relativistic. Obito's just higher end.
No, that would make him light speed.
No, it wouldn't.
If he's faster,
it would just make him higher end to relativistic.
Almost light speed quantifies that he's very close to being there. Just saying that he's arbitrarily
relativistic
faster.
Is very close.
No, not necessarily. Relativistic is anything between 5 to 10% speed of light. So no.
Okay.
And I'm going to show that with versus battle week.
Well, how much percent do you have Obito then? How much is almost? What percent is almost at? Is there a definition for that? This is all arbitrary. It's like you're trying to find some exact numbers.
Here, 1 second.
You gonna research me some numbers where it says it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So yeah, here we go. Okay, so where you have Kakashi, and where you agreed actually, Kakashi and Guy are relativistic. That's 10 to 50% speed of light. Being almost, and I'm going to drop the definition of almost, is very close to.
Okay, what's very close? What does that mean?
Him numbers. It's over 50%.
Okay.
Okay. So Kakashi and
remember,
Guy
I
would be
also
somewhere.
argued that Guy would be above like baseline relativistic, so he would just be the same speed as Obito because he's faster than Kakashi, who's relativistic.
Okay.
He stated to be, and he stated in part 1. I think you ignored. I don't know if you. I think you read it, right? The Sasuke
So
one?
even if he's higher than
he stated to be faster than him, and he's relativistic, which is the same argument you're using for Obito.
Okay. Even let's say Kakashi's relativistic, which you agreed to earlier, he'd be somewhere between 10 and 50%. If Guy, even if he's faster than that, you'd have to show that he's almost speed of light, or he's relative to speed of light. Essentially, he's closer to speed of light than just being relativistic, which you haven't given any number or any source for. You're just saying, you agreed earlier, they are relativistic. So that could be anywhere from 10%.
Basically, if we give you the
let me finish. Let me finish my statement. That's anywhere between 10 to 50%.
Okay.
Almost implies that it is closer to a number than it is further away from it. That means that A here would be closer to speed of light than he would be further away. That means he is over 50% at minimum. The absolute worst he could be is about 51%. Obito completely dodges him, which means that he is above that percentage, putting him above both Kakashi and Guy. Unless you can quantify these things, then the burden would be on you to show that it's a case, which I did. I showed it by the context of almost. Okay. Almost infers that the number is closer to than further away.
All right, this doesn't help you at all, though. This literally doesn't. All you're saying is Obito is a little bit faster. Like, this literally does not help you at all.
He could be as close as 99%. It just means that he's not exactly 100%, but it has to be somewhere between.
How does this help your argument?
51%. It has to be between 51% and 99%. There's no lower than that.
He's a little bit faster, but how does this help your argument?
It debunks that. Okay, so this.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, let me. If you're gonna ask me a question, let me answer it. So, if this orange mask Obito is somehow already faster than these guys, back in 5 Kage Summit, and when he gets stronger and he's white mask who has much greater feats, and they're keeping up with him with no training and no amps, that means that they somehow got stronger between the time they fought Haku and the time they're fighting White Mask Obito.
Why do you believe
which debunks what you're saying?
Why do you believe White Mask is faster and stronger, by the way?
Because he keeps up with characters who are much faster. And I'll give you examples and scaling for Madara. Give me 1 second. Unless you're saying Madara is 5 Kage Summit level and wouldn't body them, then no. It very obviously shows that he's faster and stronger. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the part I don't think you're understanding. Yeah. This is Sasori versus Itachi. And the part I don't think you're understanding is this doesn't help you, because even if I agree with all of your arguments right now, let's say I agree with everything you just said, he's still sub-rel.
Who do you mean we say he?
Guy. He'd still be sub-rel. Like this, you're literally like derailing the
No,
combo.
that's not true. I already explained.
So he's not. You're saying Guy isn't sub-rel?
No, what I'm saying is, the point let me explain it one more time. And the point you're taking him, that being the Haku fight, we showed that Haku, and I gave the scans, that Haku's light speed. Kakashi gets blitzed by him. That means he is relativistic. He is under the speed at which Haku can. Haku can blitz him. So from here, he's relativistic. So from here, I'm showing how another character who's weaker in the time period we see before, Orange Mask Obito, they're able to keep up with Obito, who is very close, or he's actually faster than A, who's almost. The word they use is almost speed of light. Okay, that means he's above 50% and below 100%, somewhere between 50 and 99% speed of light. Somehow, in this short time period, with no amps in training, Guy and Kakashi go from able to keep up with a low relativistic low ball to keeping up with the character who is at minimum speed of light or faster.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That means they got.
Yes.
That means they got stronger in this time period. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I dropped scans from things that happened before that. That was way before that. It was in the fight with Kisame and what's it called, Guy, which is way before the war arc when he fights White Mask. That was even if that might counter the scans that I dropped after that. What?
Yeah, so you're saying it's inconsistent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you can stand on its inconsistency. inconsistent. I've showed it's inconsistent as well. All right.
You've showed it.
They just get stronger later, and this is inconsistent. It's an outlier. All right, you just agree. All right, we can move on to the next.
I did not agree it was an outlier. I posted multiple scans from that same exact moment of him getting fat.
You just said even if this debunks the scaling I just put forward, which would show it's inconsistent.
I did not say that even if it debunks. I never said you debunked my scaling at all. Literally, listen.
You said
can I rephrase my argument one more time just so we can understand?
Okay. All right. So I can start my speed.
All right. Well,
scaling.
All right.
All right.
Wait, hold on.
We're gonna start.
But you agree that agree that he's sub-real, right?
Who sub-real?
Guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's all that mattered. All right. Keep going then. That's literally what I kept trying to ask you. All right. Keep going with your scaling. Go ahead.
I'm about to. I'm giving the scans. All right. So we see. I'm gonna give the data book scans for this one. That Sasori is able to. Wait, give me 1 second. I gotta move this chat. Okay. All right. Sasori in the data books was able to beat the third Kazekage.
Okay.
Who is stated to be the strongest Kazekage. That means he's stronger than any.
Only because of his iron sand, not because of his speed or anything. Only because his iron sand is better. So this scan shows that scan if you want.
Please stop interrupting me. This scan shows that it says verbatim, he was a difficult opponent and defeated and turned into a puppet of pure ego. To be able to beat him, Sasori would have to be somewhat relative to him. If he didn't have the ability to keep up with him, there's no way he could beat him. Even if you say it's an AP feat, that means they are at least relative in speed. So him being the strongest, again, moves forward by saying that he could beat Raza.
Wait, so you were able to
inherently
counter my claim, but I'm not allowed to interject and counter yours now?
You are. Just let me finish talking. Okay. So he keeps, and let me finish my scaling, then you can have the floor. So Raza is able to keep up and fights with Gaara, who we see later is able to, with Shikaku, and on his own, actually, he's able to keep up with Madara through multiple attacks, Sand Buckshot, Sand Mausoleum, and he's actually able to even stop an attack from Madara Susanoo, and as well as to pull the chain that Madara is using around Shikaku, which shows that his AP, well, we'll get an AP later, but which shows that his speed and reactions are on the level, if not completely intact, with what Madara is able to offer.
Okay. Can I counter?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah, you got it. If I'm quiet for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Basically, there's no the speed argument doesn't apply, which I was trying to explain earlier, because he's only the strongest. It's stated that he's only the strongest because strictly of his iron sand. It's not
why is that the case?
It's just because his iron sand is the strongest itself, but it has nothing to do with speed.
Wait, can you show me why that's the case?
Okay, here's the statement. This is why I didn't want to take Sasori earlier. He literally says right there, if you recall, this is what made his name as the most powerful of all, referring to the iron sand. That's why he's the strongest. It's not because of his speed. It's not because of anything like that. It's just because strictly his iron sand.
Just because an attack is powerful doesn't mean it just completely lacks speed. Saying that an attack is more powerful than anything else would mean that it's inherently relative. If you're saying that an attack is so powerful but it still can't hit someone, it doesn't matter how powerful it is. It's like saying this attack can one-shot any opponent. Now I'm arguing let me finish. But they have a blitz factor of 2 above them, so it never hits them. That's irrelevant. It essentially is saying this character is strong because this attack is strong. Of course the attack's strong. It also has speed, or it wouldn't hit anyone.
Okay, can you prove it hit him? Can you prove it hit Sasori?
Of course. An attack that doesn't hit anyone in Naruto, a physical jutsu especially, is useless. It does no damage.
Scan of him hitting him or anything. But
no, it's logic. It's just logic.
No.
Yes.
Let me see your scene.
Any physical. Yeah, sure. Any physical attack in Naruto. I don't have to drop a scene. It happens throughout the entirety. Yeah. Any physical jutsu in Naruto has to touch the person or attack them in some way to be relevant. It's like saying, my fireball jutsu is the strongest in the village, but it never hits anyone. It wouldn't be the strongest. It would do no damage.
Okay. The scan that I just dropped specifically says the iron sand itself is what made him the strongest. It had nothing to do with his speed or anything. It was just the iron sand itself. And it wasn't an attack. All that we see is the iron sand comes out of his mouth he says, "Oh, well, this is what made him the strongest." You have to prove it has something to do with speed. This is the specific scenario we're talking about.
Okay, so you may be misunderstanding what I'm saying. The Iron Sand can be his strongest weapon or attack. That's fine. His strongest jutsu, if you want to call it that. It still has to be relative.
That's my argument.
Okay, let me finish. It has to be relative, if not as fast as someone, to even be able to hit them. If an attack is purely strong but hits no one, it is. Let me finish.
I know. I heard your argument. I've already heard it. But who did he hit?
I'm adding more. I'm adding another caveat. If it's purely the strongest but hits no one, it can't be used in battle. It's not inherently the strongest. Doesn't make sense. I have this, and I gave the example. I have the strongest fireball jutsu in the village, but it can't hit anyone. You don't have the strongest fireball jutsu.
Yes, you can. It just means the fireball itself is the strongest. It doesn't mean that the person using it is actually.
How can it be the strongest? How can it?
The attack, how can you the jutsu itself is the strongest.
How can the jutsu itself be provably the strongest if it can't hit anyone? That doesn't make sense.
You have to prove that he's fast enough to hit. He might be able to hit someone that's extremely slow. You have to prove that he's fast enough to hit the characters we're talking about.
Okay.
Like this argument is.
He could not make the claim that he's.
If you think you got through with this argument, we can move on because I'm tired of like repeating the same thing.
Yeah, sure. Okay. If it's getting circular, I'll explain it one more time.
I feel like it's getting circular. You're gonna repeat the same thing again.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. So it's shown here. The attack. It's like the same thing with the Rasen Shuriken. It's a one shot if it hits you. I'm giving another example. This is a new example. If the Rasen Shuriken hits you, it's a strong attack, quote unquote. Users in jutsu, in Naruto, are strong because of their jutsu. Just saying that a character
the first time I tried it, but okay.
A character uses this jutsu and it's not strong is inherently wrong. It has to be somewhat relative. But all right, you can continue.
Okay, can I counter that and then can we move on? Since you just made the point again.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. So to counter that, just because it's the strongest attack, you'd have to necessarily prove that it's fast enough to hit the characters we're talking about. I don't care if it can hit some random fodder. Maybe it is able to hit someone. We don't know.
Why do you think it's only fodder he's hitting?
Well,
wait. Let me ask you this. After you finish. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did.
And then yeah. So he'd have to prove. It doesn't matter who the person he hit is. He'd have to prove like he has to. Well, it doesn't matter. He has to prove the character he hit with it is relevant to this debate, and he hasn't been able to do so. All he said is that the attack is obviously fast if it's strong.
Okay. Let me ask one more. Okay, no, one more sentence. Okay, why did
if you ask a question, I'm going to counter it, and it's going to keep on going to the same.
It's not a question. It's not a question. It is not a question.
Yes, it is. The judge is literally telling you to move on.
Okay, I have new evidence. Why would I not be able to present it? Okay. The data book. Let me just read it. The data book uses the context of him being the strongest Kazekage. It is very obviously in relation to other Kazekage.
Because of the sand.
Yes. Okay, next.
We already addressed this. We keep
go to the next one.
Over and over.
We can go to the next one.
All right.
Okay. So Sasori's AP would scale relative to what Gaara did. I showed the Sand Buckshot. I'll show the Sand Mausoleum, where he's able to completely clap Madara. Madara would scale much higher than anything you've shown from from Itachi here. He keeps up and is stronger than characters like White Mask Obito, who we agreed are much stronger than the characters we've seen earlier in Haku and Zabuza. We showed through training or through a lack of training that they arbitrarily get stronger, and these characters are even much more so through the fact. And I'll drop a scan of God getting bodied by them. Actually, it's in this anime scene.
Before you move on to Guy, can I address the Madara or whatever?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what specifically are you talking about with Madara? Can you make that point really quick?
Yeah, I said he has more AP now, and at this point in the story than he does compared to the characters used earlier, like Haku and Zabuza.
Okay, what's a lot of
completely out?
What's that Madara's?
Give me one.
You know, it has to actually. This isn't speed related, right? Because you're aware that in that same chapter, he said he was being reckless. Then he blitzes all the Biju and everything, so they don't actually scale.
That's why I'm trying to use Guy to scale him. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying the Madara stuff. Out of the way.
I'm not. It's not a speed feat. I'm AP.
Well, yeah, I've asked you to prove Madara's AP. But...
That's what I just said. Okay, I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
I'm not saying you weren't. Just saying what I'm asking you to do.
Does anybody have the one where guy has like the wood style like wrapped around his neck, where he's standing on top of Eight Tails B? All right, so guy's actually completely wrapped up Madara's wood style, and he tries to struggle and actually he still can't get out. He's just bleeding and beaten up. And we can compare it to later. We see the same.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, sure.
Where is it?
We see the same Madara is keeping up and actually just controlling and like beating the shit out of the other Biju.
Where's this game?
In general. But you want the one of the Biju? Oh,
well, I thought you said you were making a new argument. That's what we were waiting for.
Yeah. Sorry, I jumped in the wrong place. But okay. All right, so that's a one of him getting wrapped up by the wood style. We see the same Madara botting and just completely bullying the tailed beast later. He does this effortlessly and pretty much without any effort.
We see Guy doing what? Botting the tailed beast?
No, Madara botting the tailed beast. He just like beats the shit out of them. He's beating up Gaara and other characters with ease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he actually hurting them? It just looks like he's knocking them away.
He's restraining. Well, one, it takes strength just to restrain them. To be able to actually like beat them and push them away requires AP. You can't move a mountain without AP. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but moving a mountain and destroying it is different.
Yeah. Okay, I'll show you where he's literally like beating the shit out of them in Kurama. Even in Kurama Avatar mode, he's just casually beating up these characters who scale much higher than what you presented earlier. I think in Haku and Zabuza. So from here, he would scale to the Biju, and that would again be much higher than what we were doing earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so he would scale to this guy that's like beating up. Well, he completely encounters him in the mausoleum. Uses okay. I'll just use Newton's third law. He can output what he can input what he outputs. So essentially, the force he's using to output. The force he's using to output. He would have to be able to. He would have to be able to keep. Oh, okay. I mean, you agree with. Okay, so yeah, his durability scales directly to his AP, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. You can go.
Yeah. Here.
All right, so what's your Itachi AP? What do you have for Itachi? Yo.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
All right. Take your time. You got 10 minutes.
Okay. So you're aware that the Jinchuriki are stated to be above the Biju, right? Because they have a host by Datara?
Biju without a host, yeah.
Is weaker. Yeah. And you're aware that the Akatsuki and the data book are stated to be above all the Jinchuriki, right?
They're not. Are you saying they're above Naruto?
Well, he'd just be the outlier.
They're not above B either. They actually get beat up
by B?
Yes. Some of them do that.
By B. Well, anyways, okay, it would just be 1 through 7, and those would just be the inconsistent ones.
Okay.
They're consistently above the.
So you agree? You agree at minimum it is inconsistent.
Huh? No, the 8.
Agree at minimum. Well, if you say they're above the Jinchuriki,
they would just be the outliers compared to the rest. That's
okay. So, the statement wouldn't be true. It's not that they're outliers. It's like me saying
it is that they're outliers. It's like though, because they're stronger than every single one except those two, so they just be the outliers.
Okay, so let me give you another example. It's like me saying, all 10 of these kids are, I don't know, like fucking can bench 200 pounds, and 2 of them bench at least 250. That was
okay, but what the
statement isn't true. So even if you want to say it's by outliers,
no,
the statement
it doesn't, because we've seen Akatsuki members being able to defeat Jinchuriki before.
Yeah, so they're
talking about
stronger than some.
The statement isn't debunked at all. Yeah, that's my argument. Like you're literally arguing over nothing.
No, didn't you say like verbatim they're stronger than all of the Jinchuriki?
Okay, and then you said, yes, I did say that verbatim, but then you verbatim said that no, they're not stronger than Naruto or B. I said, okay, that's fine. They just be stronger than the rest. That's literally me saying that they'd be stronger than like so most of them.
Sure,
like,
so it's inconsistent. It's inconsistent via outlier. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Even if you want to say it's correct outside of those,
they'd be above Jinchurikis 1 through 7 who are above their individual Biju. And the Biju are continental scaling off of their Biju bombs.
Okay.
So I'd say all the Akatsuki have relative AP.
They're all stronger than the Jinchuriki?
They all have relative AP.
Okay. So wait. What? How did you base that they all have relative AP?
Basically, okay, they're stronger than their Jinchuriki, right? They're stronger than most of the Jinchuriki, except for Naruto and B, obviously. But yeah, they're stronger than them. And then the Biju by themselves are weaker than the host, and the Bijus are continental, scaling off their Biju bombs.
Okay. So wait, I don't get how you're saying. Oh, because of that statement that they're all strong. Okay, no, I'll show you that the individual Akatsuki members are much weaker than others. I'll give you the example of Hidan, who just swaps hands with Asuma and just gets casually his head cut off by Shikamaru, who has no feats that are on the scale of continental level, which would mean his durability is.
He one-shot Nigito. That's literally a direct feat right there. He one-shotted Jinchuriki.
The Two Tails is one of the weaker tail beasts.
No, the Two Tails actually blitz Naruto. Are you aware of that? In her Biju mode?
Okay. So when being faster doesn't mean it doesn't scale to durability. But
well, it doesn't. Why are you saying she's the weakest one? I don't really. What was the argument for that?
Because I'll show you the statement where Hidan says he's actually one of the weaker Akatsuki members.
No, he says he's one of the slower ones. But go ahead.
That would factor in him being weaker.
No, it wouldn't, because we're not talking about speed. So it wouldn't. But go ahead if you want to look for that.
Okay. So for AP, give me 1 sec.
Yeah.
I'll show that all the Akatsuki members are not of the same AP. Give me 1 second. Wait, so let me ask you this: where do you think that Datara and Kisame have the same AP?
They don't have to be exactly the same. They're just similar.
Yeah, but you think they're in the same ballpark?
Around there.
Okay, so you all think they're all relative. Okay, so you think they're all relative. Okay.
Yeah. Some can be stronger than others, but they're relative for the most part.
I understand. They don't have to be exactly the same, but. Okay. All right. So where would you scale Kakuzu's AP?
I just told you they'd all be relative.
Yeah, relative to what? They have to have a standard if they're all
continental.
Relative. Oh, they're all continental. Okay. All right.
Yeah. AP.
All right, give me 1 sec. All right. So here we see these.
He scales above. Kakuzu scales above. If you want direct scaling, he scales above Hidan, who bodied the details. So.
Okay, so these guys all clash. And that's why I'm saying not all the Jinchuriki are equal. But just because you're able to capture a Jinchuriki doesn't mean that the.
What does this video prove? Like, what are you talking about specifically?
Yeah, it's durability here with Hidan. He gets straight up like pierced by a very weak Kakashi who's much weaker than continental level in AP here.
Based on what?
Based on the fact. All right, so he attacks characters later. Give me 1 second. Who do not scale to continental level.
Why does that matter?
It would mean with a much weaker attack, he was able to completely pierce Kakuzu.
Okay, and why does what you're saying right now, like the him fighting the other characters, why is that relevant?
Because durability scales relative to AP.
Yeah, I'm saying, what does he do against these weaker characters? You just said
he
that
gets
he fought
stabbed.
weaker characters.
So,
what does that
okay,
mean?
let me explain it.
Then they just wouldn't be weaker.
He gets okay. Let me explain it here. He gets stabbed by Kakuzu. He gets stabbed through the heart by Kakashi, who has much weaker AP than Continental at this point in the story. So saying that they're all relative to Continental level,
who does?
Wouldn't be
who has
true.
Much weaker AP?
Kakashi.
Based on
the fact that he has no Continental level feats here.
I just explained how he would be through the scaling you just provided, scaling the Kakuzu.
No. Okay. Why are all the Akatsuki members Continental?
Huh? Why they scale above the Biju because they scale above the Jinchuriki.
Okay, no. The Biju scale. The Biju scale to Continental with tailed beast bombs. They don't scale that with just their regular strength.
Okay, you realize that the Biju it's just.
And why did the Biju scale to Continental?
What?
Why do the Biju scale to Continental?
Oh, hold on. Did I not post the Biju Bomb Continental calc?
No. Okay. So why do the Biju, without using Biju bombs, which is what you claim from the Don feat, scale to multi-continental?
Well, why don't Naruto characters scale to their own jutsu, like to their own techniques? They're just using their chakra.
Okay. Bomb. Yeah, so there are attacks that make characters, and you actually conceded this earlier. There are attacks that make characters much stronger. Just saying that a character has this attack.
Well, you'd have to prove this specific one does do that.
Wait. Okay, so
because Naruto characters should scale to their jutsu as a whole. Like you'd have to prove that this one specifically doesn't.
Okay, let me finish my statement. So, which you did concede earlier that characters don't necessarily equal their jutsu. You showed that with the scan and scaling I gave of Sasori, saying that his attack is this strong, he's not this strong. So inherently, why do they scale to their jutsu?
Yeah,
you would have to provide that, not the negative. Why you're saying they are continental. You have to show that they are. Yes.
Okay. Here. There's scans of them being able to tank their own attacks. Let me post them. Wait, actually, according to the law you just posted, they should already be scaled to their durability. What are you talking about? Like, they should already be scaled to their jutsu because they can take their own attacks and stuff, according to literally the law you posted. Third law.
I don't see any scans of them tanking their own attacks.
You dropped the scan.
No.
That they should scale to their own attacks.
No, just
like
because
their durability should scale to their attacks.
Okay, so just because a tailed beast bomb is shot out, does that mean it has the same characteristics?
That means they should be able to tank their own Biju bomb. Yes, according to that law.
Can I finish?
Well, can you address the point I'm making?
I did, but there's a force that's being. Okay, let me finish. Let me speak. Then I can answer you. Okay. So there is a force that's being shot out, a giant chakra ball, the Biju bomb. It has other destructive properties.
Like what?
Like its density, and being shot out does not mean that it
based on inherently its own chakra. Yes.
Yeah, all their attacks. No, and what I'm claiming is not a durability feat. What I'm claiming is all their attacks are not equal, which is the claim you're making.
What?
I'm saying only their Biju bombs are this powerful. So show that all their attacks are equivalent to their Biju bombs in AP.
Is that what you just said?
No, you misheard me. All their Biju bombs are this powerful. Show that their other attacks are equivalent to the Biju bombs in AP. Unless you're saying he tanked the Biju bomb, which
he did. He actually did. Wait.
Okay, show it. Show he tanking a Biju bomb.
The Two Tails literally shot a Biju bomb at them. And then
no,
the next panel,
it was a fireball. What are you talking
about? Oh my gosh. That was literally what a Biju bomb was back. It's literally this. Oh my. What you think?
A fireball is not a Biju bomb. It's just a jutsu. It's a fire.
What other ball comes from a Biju's mouth?
Oh my god. Let me give you the example. Shikaku shoots sand bullets, water bullets. What are you talking about? air bullets.
Okay.
So yes, they do shoot other balls other than Biju bombs. And okay, so show me that all their attacks are equivalent to the Biju bomb in AP.
Wait, no, you'd have to show me that their attacks are weaker. Like some of their attacks are weaker.
No, you
haven't demonstrated that.
You made it. No. So you made the claim.
No, I'm saying I'm making a neutral claim. I'm saying they're all the same. You're saying that the Biju bomb
is
stronger.
No.
That's a positive claim.
There's no evidence in Naruto that every jutsu is equivalent in AP. That is not true, and you would have to show.
Well, what's the evidence that you have to show that they're weaker?
I don't. You have to make the claim to scale. I don't have to debunk you until you provide evidence for your claim. It's
I can take the neutral position until you prove that it's stronger.
No, if you take a neutral without evidence, okay.
I'm not saying it's stronger. You can go ahead. I'm just saying they're the same. What else would it be?
Okay, so you're making the claim, and I'll leave it at this. I don't mind, but you're making the claim that all their attacks are equal in power. You have to substantiate that claim, or under Hitchin's razor, it can be dismissed without evidence. You haven't provided evidence. It will be dismissed without it.
Okay. Can I counter this and then we can move on?
Yeah, you can go ahead, yeah.
All right. Based on that, there's obviously some level of assumptions we take. Of course, I'm assuming that they're all the same, but that's because there's no evidence demonstrating that they're weaker or stronger. So I'm making the best. I would say using Occam's razor, we take the best assumptions. I'd say this is the best assumption to just assume they're the same instead of saying one is stronger, one is weaker without evidence.
Occam's razor.
We can move on from that.
No. I love you that you brought up new evidence. I get to refute
literally. Oh my gosh. Okay. You
Okay.
literally said I can address that and we can move on, and then you just go back to it.
Okay. So you're saying again, you said that all these claims are the same. All these attacks are the same in AP. That just completely refutes the point of jutsu. If an attack in Naruto is the exact same as punching someone or using a jutsu that requires more chakra, everyone would just use the jutsu that requires the least chakra. It'd be the most efficient. It's very obviously shown Kakashi punches Hidan here. He doesn't pierce him like he does with the Chidori. That's ridiculous. He uses fire style jutsu. He doesn't burn him or damage him like he does with Chidori. Different attacks have different AP. It's obvious. You're just capping at this point.
How?
But we can continue.
You saying it's obvious isn't an argument.
All right. Oh, we can continue. All right. Is that it? We can conclude probably.
Okay.
We already. Oh no, you got it. Yeah. That's the last point.
Yeah. So right now, I'll argue. You're aware that his Totsuka blade and whatever, his Totsuka blade's like an ethereal weapon, right? So it would bypass durability anyways. It's like not an actual like tangible object, so it would just go through him and seal him.
Yeah, I agree. It has ethereal properties.
Okay. Yeah. So it just bypasses the durability anyway, so the AP doesn't really matter. His durability wouldn't matter with it.
Can Totsuka? 1 second.
All right. It's just an ethereal weapon, straight in the data book. It's not actually tangible.
Yeah, I know it's ethereal. Give me 1 second there.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
And with the Yanime, you should be able to block the Iron Sand anyways. Even if you somehow got it, you think you got it to the same speed, which I don't agree with. But.
Yeah, so the Yanime, so one, he doesn't even have the speed feeds. You're not, but the Yanime is not the Yanime is not omnidirectional. Pretty much he only blocks it on one side. He would be vulnerable just like Madara was, who's actually much quicker than him.
I agree.
On all sides that weren't in front of him. So yeah, pretty much all Gaara has to do is Sand Mausoleum, and he just captures him like he did Madara. Or sorry, he would Sasori would just use the Iron Sand to pretty much just encapsulate.
Attack.
Actually, it can encapsulate.
He doesn't do that in character. In character, he always from the front. The Yanime would block it from the front.
I don't think that's the case. Give me 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
No. Here, give me 1 second. I got you.
All right.
1 second. All right, I'm about to drop 2 scans. Okay. All right, so here's the one where he uses it as kind of like a jungle gem, where it just points out and spikes at different directions and completely actually captures the space Chiyo and Sakura are standing. The second scan, it shows him literally capturing it as a bit.
So he just blocked it before.
So okay, so let me finish. So it shows him, the second scan shows him using it as a giant pyramid or triangle, just like Gaara did as the Sand Mausoleum, and could very obviously capture and surround somebody. Just click on it. Click on it.
What part?
Click on the video. Timestamp. Just click on the video. It shows you where. Like
it doesn't.
Literally, just no. Just watch the second part. What do you? It's timestamped at 9 minutes. Just watch it. Like just click on it.
I was asking, but
is it timestamped for anyone else? I just want to make sure.
It wasn't for me. The second video.
Judges, can you hear?
No,
is it timestamped?
You just said no. It's not.
I just clicked on it and it worked like fine.
Was it time? Yeah, exactly. You're literally. Why are you even
9 minutes?
This is literally irrelevant. Okay, 9 minutes. Let me watch it.
I just asked for future reference, but all right. So you guys can obviously see it's in the shape of a giant triangle, a 3D object that can encapsulate a one-sided
front, which is what the Yanime can block.
One sec.
Okay, go ahead. Take your time.
And even if that were the case, the giant like jungle gym he created can attack in multiple directions. It's so no, the Yanime is omnipresent. It's in the first can. It's in like 10:40. So again, this is an omnidirectional attack. It literally surrounds them in their entirety. Like they can't even move their bodies around it. So it can very obviously attack in different lines.
I'm watching the video, so I can't respond.
Okay,
hold on.
I'm done.
Well, I still need to repeat. You need to repeat what you said because I didn't hear you. But let me watch the video.
Okay.
It still attacks from the front. The attack still attacks from the front and then surrounds you over time. But if the mirror is already blocking it from the front, it can't keep on going.
Wait 1 second. So where does it only attack her from the front?
The jutsu starts off by trying to attack her from the front, and then she jumps out the way. Like Chiyo pulls her out the way in the 10:40 timestamp.
10:40. Okay.
Yeah. It starts at the front. And Sakura notices it, and then Chiyo pulls her out the way.
Okay. So why would he not be able to move the sand and just surround him?
He doesn't do that in character. You can't just plug a controller into him and say he'd do that.
So if he's surrounding her here, where does he attack her from the front? Is my question. Like, where are you saying?
The initial attack is from the front, is what I'm saying. Since it's from the front.
What time?
What?
What time is that?
10:40.
What time is that? 10:40.
The one that you gave me. It literally starts from the 10:30. 10:30. It literally starts from the front.
All right, let me go back and see. No, this is it right here. Here.
You told me.
Look at 10:25. That's what I'm going on. Look at 10:25. It expands outward. If anyone else wants to watch it, I'm gonna jump the timestamp. Okay, so no, it expands outward in a like strange jungle gym or tree pattern. So yes, it can attack omnidirectional. Yes. It's not true. So yeah,
but he doesn't do that in character. Yeah. He'll only attack you attacks you from the front in character. You'd have to prove that he would just surround him because he's never done that before.
He's using multi-spike branches, which is literally what I'm saying.
Yes, he does, but it starts off from the front. I don't think you're getting the argument.
Just because, okay.
It doesn't immediately surround you. If it did, then yes, it would bypass the auto mirror, but it doesn't do that.
1 second. Let me show its motion right here. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's this Iron Sand World Order. Let me screenshot it so you can see. Wait, hold on. Just because he attacks her from the front in this scenario doesn't mean he can't attack her in multiple places. We see the sand end up everywhere.
You have to prove that he would do that.
No, hold on. So just saying he does it in the scenario does not mean he can't or won't do it in any other scenario.
He's never been shown to use that attack before. You'd have to prove he's able to.
He fights one time.
Okay, exactly. You have to. Oh my god.
So no. Just because that's the best use of this weapon.
This is like you literally. Can I give my?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is literally like you plugging the controller into Sasori and making him surround Sakura like with the things. But if in character in this fight he would not have your controller health, so he wouldn't do it. Like you have to prove that he would do it. You can't just say, "Oh, he obviously would. He's a super character." Like you have to prove that he would do it that way.
Okay, so what you're confusing is called an is-ought. Wait, let me I'm providing evidence. What you're doing is called an is-ought fallacy. Just saying that, well, this is the case in this scenario does not provide context to say that it ought or will be the case in another scenario, given different context.
But you'd have to prove it.
Wait, no, let me finish. We see when he uses, and I gave the screenshot with the Sand World Order, the way that the jutsu spreads out is like a. Let me post that fallacy. Yeah, I got you.
I'm just not familiar with it, but
it's okay.
I disagree.
The way it spread is what? What the fuck? The way it spreads out is in a multi-directional pattern. I don't know how you could refute that. It quite literally is branching out in a circle in multiple directions. No, as it's around Sakura,
it starts at the front.
Are you saying
it does eventually?
Okay, so like look at.
It's like you're skipping the key part. Yes, it eventually. That's the part we agree. The part we're not agreeing with is where it starts from.
No, that's not what I. That's not the point I was on. I was on the first screenshot I sent. It literally expands in a circle using the multi-branch jutsu. So
what?
Yes, it does. Look at the time stamp. The first screenshot.
26.
Yes.
Let me go back to the video.
Okay. All right, there you go. Here's the is-ought fallacy and why it's not correct. But so yes, if you see it expands outwards in a multiple directions, omnidirectionally. So yes, it could expand, and he could use it against Itachi. Just saying and that's another is-ought fallacy. Just saying he doesn't hear, so he can't do it, doesn't mean that that's the case. It was probably faster to attack Sakura from the front than to expand completely outward.
Because I was watching the video.
Okay.
Like you can't just point.
It's the same thing. You heard it. It's the same thing.
I literally did not hear you.
I just said the same thing and just kind of re-raised the same point. But yeah,
there it is. It literally starts from the front, so I don't know what you're denying. It does. It eventually surrounds her, but the attack starts from the
front. You might want to read the is-ought fallacy. I went over this.
Oh my god. Can we please just move on to conclusions? Like,
I showed. Wait.
It's just so repetitive. Like it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like we heard you. You literally admitted yourself to saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Okay. No, I said in this.
And then you just take it back randomly. Like what?
What? I said in this. Yeah, I showed early. What? Wait, Ketsi, can you look at the scan?
We started off with speed scaling, by the way. We agreed.
Can you show the? Can you show the scan? Can you? No, Ketsi, show this. Look at the scan I sent before this. Did you see where it's moving omnidirectionally? Wait, no, Ketsi, I only agreed in this instance that it did do that. Okay, wait.
Can we?
Do you know what the is? Let me ask.
I'm fine with moving on to conclusions right now.
I can. Let me ask the judge one question to see how competent this is. Are you familiar with is-ought fallacy?
Can you ask the judge after we're done concluding?
Yes, if he understands the fallacy, yes, I can.
Why are you appealing to the judge mid-debate? Like, what are you doing?
To make sure that my argument is presented? What? Okay. Ketsi, wait. Ketsi, do you know what is-ought fallacy is? What is it? No, that's not it.
That's literally what.
That's not it. I'll read it to you. So the is-ought fallacy is essentially saying just because something is doesn't mean it should or it will be the case. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay.
It's literally.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know, bro. If you feel like, wait, this is the thing I have. If you feel like if you made a solid argument, why can't we?
Because the judge might not understand it.
I did. So he can conclude.
Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. So I pretty much showed that essentially my speed I scaled. I started with Sasori, and I gave the statement of him killing the third Kazekage, who scales to essentially in the data book says he's the strongest Kazekage, who scales to Raza, who scales to Gaara, and Gaara I showed and Shikaku scale to Madara with both AP and speed. I showed them reacting using the Sand Shot bullet, using the Sand Mausoleum for both AP and speed, and completely entrapping this Madara. Essentially, from these points, I don't think my opponent showed that his character's AP and speed is greater than any of these feats, and I provided that the feats he showed and provided earlier, especially for speed, he conceded was sub-relativistic. That means he would have to show, and I also disproved that there was a gap between the God and Kakashi that fought Haku and Zabuza versus the ones that fought Orange Mask Obito via scaling. As far as AP, he also brought up the context to say that all the Akatsuki are equal in AP, which very obviously isn't true. I debunked that, and his claim was that the Biju bomb was continental level, and used a vague databook scan to say that because the Akatsuki are said to be stronger than the Jinchuriki, they would scale stronger than this strongest attack by the Biju, which isn't inherently true. I gave the example of durability, and he even conceded durability is equal to AP. In this case, I gave the example of someone not being continental, that being Kakuzu, who actually got completely stabbed through the heart by a much weaker Kakashi during his fight, essentially showing that not all jutsu scale to each other. And I don't think my opponent brought up a refutation. As far as durability and any level of hacks, I believe I showed that the Iron Sand can grow omnidirectionally, which essentially Itachi wouldn't be able to block. He could dodge one side, and eventually he even agreed that eventually the Iron Sand would grow and would just completely overwhelm and consume him. All right, you guys got it.
Okay. So throughout the debate, he continually uses words like it's obvious or something like come on, but he doesn't really prove objectively that that's what the case is. For example, at the very beginning, we both agreed that there's sub-bro. I said we can move on. I had to talk to sub-bro. He argued that the Kazekage would scale above the Kazekage. No, he wouldn't, because the Iron Sand is the only reason he's the strongest. He didn't provide any feats that Iron Sand is actually it was scale to. He didn't say Sasori would be light speed or anything. He has no speed scan for him. I also had for one condition that he was blitz him with the blade. He encountered that it's an ethereal weapon, so it would bypass durability regardless of AP scaling. I screenshotted the part of the Iron Sand starting off from the front. So I also argued that he'd be able to block it, even though I'm saying that it's slower. But even if I steel man him and say that it's not slower, the Yanime would still block it because the attack starts from the front. It's not initially omnidirectional; it just surrounds him over time. And that's basically my argument. And also the one more thing, the Biju. In terms of the Biju thing, obviously we always have a level of assumption, right? My assumption was all the Biju.
Wait, no, this is a new argument, bro. Hell no. This is a new argument.
I'm not. I'm literally
arguments to conclusion. What is this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, we argued that all the Biju bombs have the same level of assumptions, which I did say in the debate. I don't know why you cut me off there. That they have the same levels. You said that it didn't. I said, well, if you can't prove that they're stronger or weaker, then I would just assume that they're the same. That's the level of. I think I did use this term in the debate. Occam's razor. That's the best assumption we have here, because we have no assumption. We can't prove that it's stronger or weaker. That's what I'll say about the Biju bombs. So yeah, Itachi speed blitzes with the Totsuka blade. That's my one condition.